Welcome into NFL Daily. I am Harrison Graham. He is Mitchell Renz. Don't know where Tom Downey is, Mitch. Here he's on a spa day. That's what the analytics team is telling us. I don't know what that's all about, but you got Harrison and Mitch today, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Got a ton of NFL rumors to get into in just a moment, but I want to ask you guys this question. Who is the NFL MVP? Is it Russell Wilson or Lamar Jackson? Type W for Wilson, type J for Jackson. Let us know. We'll get some shout-outs going in the comment section. Let us know, Russell Wilson or Russell Wilson or Lamar Jackson.
Going with Russell Wilson. Sarah Small, one of our most loyal watchers, is going to type in her J for Lamar Jackson. Who is the NFL MVP, Russell Wilson or Lamar Jackson? Harrison, the reason why we're talking about this one is because there is a rumor circulating. Oh boy, Mitch. Colin Cowherd said that Russell Wilson should be the MVP. He points out a few things. He says the Ravens, they got 12 Pro Bowlers, tied for an NFL record. The Seahawks have only 2 Pro Bowlers. Which one of these players is more impactful for their team? I mean, Lamar Jackson, you can see it on screen here, my man, having an unbelievable year.
Yeah, I mean, look, you look at the stats, obviously over 1,000 yards rushing, just past Michael Vick for the all-time leading rusher for a quarterback in a single season. Look, Russell Wilson, we know what he is all about. 67% completion, 3,700 yards, 28 touchdowns against just 5 interceptions. It's just hard to ignore what Lamar Jackson, how he's revamped, not just that offense, but that team, in my opinion. That organization is rallying around what he is bringing to the table for the Ravens. I love Russell Wilson, but Lamar Jackson has been terrific. We got sales for you guys, lots of NFL jerseys. You want to get a Lamar Jackson jersey? We got you guys covered. Russell Wilson, guess what? We got you covered on him as well. This one in particular is 25% off. Chatsports.com/NFL jersey. Up to, hundreds of NFL jerseys?
Not just these two.
Your favorite team. We're just highlighting the players we're talking about. This Wilson one again at 25% off. Lots of jerseys, 25% off. Chatsports.com/NFL jersey. We'll get the link in the comments for you guys as well. But back to this rumor, Mitch. Colin Cowherd says Wilson's the MVP because Lamar Jackson has more to work with. That's essentially what he's saying, right?
Yeah, it's basically what he's saying, but I don't know if it's 100% true. I can also say, I mean, Wilson has done a lot this season. When you go back and you look at everything that he's, I think, had to overcome, everything that this Seahawks team has overcome, I think it's an interesting question. But Lamar Jackson is having one of the most memorable seasons that I have seen in such a long time. I mean, you're thinking about a player, Lamar Jackson, over 1,000 rushing yards as a quarterback. It's only the second time in NFL history that's ever happened, passing Michael Vick, and then you consider the fact that he has more passing touchdowns. I think the 12 Pro Bowlers to 2 Pro Bowlers argument, I'm not sure for it.
I would also argue this too, Mitch, in Lamar Jackson's favor. Sure, maybe as a team they're better than Seattle. Who's he throwing to? Hayden Hurst?
No, you're right.
I mean, Russell Wilson has good receivers. Tyler Lockett. I know we just lost Josh Gordon.
DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf's having a nice year. They have some good, I think, running backs is a push. I think Mark Ingram, Chris Carson, I think you could go either way there. I don't think there's some huge advantage in Lamar Jackson's case, but we're going to ask you guys one more time. Who is the NFL MVP? Type W for Russell Wilson. Type J for Lamar Jackson. Mitch will get some shout-outs going for you guys.
Patil, he looks like a new viewer. I haven't seen you watching too much, but he's really spamming it for W's. If you're new to the show, make sure you guys subscribe, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Dalton Smith is saying Lamar Jackson. Manuel Garcia says Lamar Jackson. Corrupt says Jackson.
Who are you typing?
I'm going to type my J.
I'm going Lamar Jackson.
I think everything that he's done this year, I think you almost have to give it to him. The stats back it up. They're 12-2. They've beat unbelievable teams. Playing strong down the end of the stretch. Let's get to the next rumor, Harrison.
Yeah, Odell Beckham. Look, the trade rumors are not going away. I don't know what all is going on in Cleveland. Freddie Kitchens, it doesn't seem like he's super interested at this point. We don't want to tease ahead too much, but mock draft stuff has a latest mock has them taking a wide receiver. So
for good reason.
Maybe it's time for OBJ to get a fresh start yet again.
So I think that there is anytime you hear rumors, some people say, oh, Mitch, they're just rumors. There is a little bit of truth to every single rumor they hear out there, and I think that's why we've seen so much on OBJ. There's reports out there that he's telling teams, hey, come get me. I'm not happy here.
Multiple teams, by the way.
Multiple teams, and he's not the only player on the Browns. Now, also Jay Glazer, his report last week, he said that, he heard that OBJ is telling not just players but also coaches. And Glazer also said this week that he doesn't think that they're utilizing his talents, and I totally agree. And when you're a player like OBJ who's got as big of his head as he does, he wants to put up numbers, and those aren't OBJ numbers.
And that's the thing. You look at the catches and yards, you're saying, okay, he's going to have another 1,000-yard season here. Okay, that's fine. With Jarvis Landry on the other side, 2 touchdowns, that's not utilizing Beckham to his full potential. He was having double-digit touchdowns year in and year out with Eli Manning. Like, if he can't figure that out with Baker Mayfield, I'm not sure what the disconnect is there. How much were we talking about on these similar shows throughout the offseason? Bet on the Browns to win the AFC North. Trendy pick. They've got all the talent in the world. It has not gone well in Cleveland. At 6-8, they are one of the most underachieving teams in the NFL.
Now, we have a lot of trade rumors around OBJ, and heck, we actually dropped a top 5 OBJ trade destination video, and if you want to know those top 5 teams, well, just stay tuned. Sorry, guys. We got potential open head coaching jobs.
Well, speaking of Freddie Kitchens, it looks like he is possibly going to be out, which means maybe that's why you move on from an Odell Beckham, a culture change there. You try to go in a different direction with Freddie Kitchens. Jacksonville could have an opening. They just let go of Tom Coughlin. Not sure you heard about that one. The Giants, Shermer's probably going to be out. We did a hot board on them as well if you want to go check that out on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Falcons, Cowboys, those are well documented. I think Dan Quinn will be back next season as the head man in Atlanta, but Jason Garrett will almost certainly be gone. But getting back to Odell Beckham and where he could be next season, these are some teams you put together.
Yeah, I mean, Tom and I broke down his top 5 teams, and I mean, one of the reasons why we just showed the graphic with the Browns head coaching is because all the turmoil that has happened in there, and then you're looking at, the New England Patriots, the Raiders, Seahawks, 49ers, Eagles. I mean, these are all teams that OBJ could potentially be going to, Harrison.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of Odell Beckham trade rumors, we've got that video on the channel. We want you to subscribe. Get us to 150,000. We put together this little clip for you guys. That's where you click that big red button, the subscribe button, youtube.com/chatsportstv. We are showing you guys. I don't know about you, Mitch, but I have people ask me all the time, I don't know how to subscribe.
I know, it makes me laugh. My dad.
We're literally showing you right now.
My dad is like, Mitch, I watch every single one of your videos. When I went out this past weekend to the Raiders game, they were like, man, I watch all your videos. And I'm like, all right, show me your phone. I'll give you some free stuff. And none of them were subscribed. Here's how you do it. You click that big subscribe button. It turns gray, and then turn on those notifications. You know exactly when we go live. And
if you're already subscribed, go ahead and type sub in the comments section. Next rumor here, Mitch. Matt Rhule, could he be heading to the Giants? Lots of rumors on where the Baylor head coach could be in 2020.
Now, I like Matt Rhule. I think he's done a lot, especially at Baylor and at Temple, and we know that he's interviewed for the Giants and Jets head coaching job. But according to a report, it is a long shot for him to be the next Giants head coach. And the reason why it's a long shot, if you read the tea leaves a little bit of Matt Rhule, he had an interview, I guess, if you will, with Adam Schefter a few days ago. And this is what Matt Rhule said. I don't think I'm dumb enough or naive enough to say that I would never be an NFL coach. I just think for me, I have such an unbelievable situation here that it would have to be next to perfect. And even then, it would be hard for me to do. It would have to be one of those idyllic situations where you feel, hey, I cannot just go here and win. I can win at a high level for a sustained amount of time. I don't know about you, Harrison. That does not indicate to me in any way, shape, or form the New York Giants.
I think what it tells me is that he's going to be picky, right, when he makes the jump to the NFL, because he's proven that he is capable of turning around programs time and time again. At Temple, turned them around. Baylor won one game 2 years ago, and they almost made the college football playoff this year. There's better options than the Giants that are going to be available in the next couple of years. I mean, there's a couple on screen for you right there. Cleveland, while that franchise is a mess, the talent's in place. Like, the right head coach, now maybe the talent's a little overstated. Baker Mayfield has not had the year we thought he would have. Big Baker fans here at Chat Sports. But if I see those teams on screen, the Giants might be the worst option, actually.
Oh, I could not agree with you anymore. And I think it also, you got to look at Dave Gettleman. I think Dave Gettleman is one of the worst GMs in the entire NFL, and it starts with him. But maybe Matt Rhule someday will be in the NFL. Harrison, I'm going to let you kind of take over this rumor. Dak Prescott, some injury news. You talked about it a little bit on the Cowboys report. Is he going to be out versus the Eagles?
Yeah, if you guys want to check it out, I just published it about an hour ago. Is again Tom's spa day, whatever that's all about. He's going to play against the Eagles. Here's the question. How effective is he going to be? Because you're dealing with a sprained AC joint in your throwing shoulder. That's a problem. He only threw the ball 23 times against the Rams, which might have been a season low, for sure one of the lowest of this year, because they've thrown the ball a lot more this season. So I would expect the game plan for Dallas to be kind of 2016 Cowboys, his rookie year. Pound Zeke, pound Pollard, try not to throw it as much. I know you're laughing, that dirty mind of yours, Mitch. Run the ball a lot is my point there. Now, here was a quote from Jason Garrett on Dak before practice today. He probably won't throw very much today. I think rest is the best thing for him right now. I guess he's progressing, but he really hasn't tested it much. Zeke Elliott, teammate of Dak, also said this: I've dealt with an AC joint and they're tough. I couldn't imagine having to throw with it, but I know Dak. I know his toughness. I know he'll play. Jerry Jones also said today he has no doubts that Dak will be out there. And I agree. I fully expect him to play. Has not missed a game in his entire career. That's the one thing you can say a lot about Dak. Like him or don't, he's always available. He always plays. He's never missed a game. I think he'll play. I'll be curious to see those first couple of throws, how capable he is of throwing the ball downfield.
Because it's a big game this week. Dallas Cowboys at the Philadelphia Eagles. Both teams 7-7, and both teams fighting for a playoff spot. It almost makes me chuckle a little bit, the fact that one of these teams are going to make the playoffs, because
the NFC East, man. That's what it is this year.
It's ugly. Now, Harrison, on BetDSI, the Dallas Cowboys, they're favorited 1.5 points. The over-under in this game is 46. Everyone who's watching the show right now, BetDSI is the internet's #1 sports book. But we want to know from everyone watching, who you got? Type Cowboys, type Eagles. If you want to throw a score prediction in there, I'm seeing some people already do it. Goat James, that sounds like a burner account. Sounds like he's going to go with the Cowboys. Troy Daniels going Cowboys. Abrams going to go Eagles. Dalton Smith, Eagles. Harrison, who you got?
I'm going Cowboys, but it's going to be close. And I actually like the under, by the way, on the 46. If you want to go bet on BetDSI, which I highly recommend you do, you get that 120% deposit bonus. NFL 120 is our promo code. But I'm going to go Cowboys. Not super confident in it, but,
See, if you would have told me Dak Prescott was 100% healthy, I would have gone to BetDSI right away and put down my money. Now it's making me a little bit nervous. I think Dak owns the Eagles. I think he owns Carson Wentz. But the weather, not looking too good. It's going to be cold.
Lots of injuries on both sides. Greg Ward's the only Eagle receiver playing these days. We'll see. Go bet today at BetDSI. Chatsports.com/bet. Use our promo code NFL120. Next rumor here, Vikings shutting down Dalvin Cook.
I hope
that's problematic if you're a Minnesota team trying to break through.
It's also problematic if you have Dalvin Cook in your fantasy football league and you need him.
There's a lot of
players
out for championship week across the league.
Can't tell that I don't have Dalvin, can you? So he's unlikely to play versus the Green Bay Packers, which is definitely problematic. It's that shoulder injury. The report is he could be out the remainder of the season. The issue with all this is, Harrison, right now the Minnesota Vikings, they're still battling out there in that playoffs picture, and they are the 6th seed. But if they do lose 2 games and the Rams win both of their games, that's when it could get interesting for this Minnesota Vikings team.
See, to me, it's not about, sure, there's a scenario where they miss the playoffs. To me, that's not what this is about, because I think they'll make the playoffs. I don't see the Rams winning twice and the Vikings losing twice with or without Cook. For me, though, it's about what kind of damage can you do in the playoffs without Dalvin Cook. I don't think you're going to win a game without him. Cousins has played better this year, but a big reason is the play-action game off of Dalvin Cook with the season he has had. Over 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns, 4.5 yards a carry. Before he got nicked up, he was kind of one of those secondary MVP type of candidates behind Christian McCaffrey at the running back position. He's been their offense. If he is out, I don't see Minnesota doing much damage in the playoffs.
I think the thing that scares me the most about Cook is ever since he's come out of Florida State, he has always had a flash or two where you're like, man, he could be, in fact, maybe the best running back in the entire NFL. But then all that happens is he gets injured. Yep. He gets banged up. I hope that he can stay healthy because he is a very, very fun running back to watch. And it's why we're going to ask everyone this question right now. Who is the best running back in the NFL? Harrison, you're building your team. You can pick only one running back. Who is the best running back in the NFL? Throw it in the comments section. let Harrison think about his answer, and we'll give some shout-outs to some of the people that give in their answers.
Yeah, get those shout-outs going, or get those answers going. We'll shout you guys out. I'm still going to go Christian McCaffrey. I think he's the most complete back. I think he fits what teams are trying to do in 2019 in terms of throwing the football. You can line him up in the slot. He's what Le'Veon Bell was 4 years ago. I mean, right? He's just a younger, quicker version of that. That is what Christian McCaffrey brings to the table.
Seeing some
I'm with you,
Saquon Barkley's.
Saquon.
Damian Gonzalez says Josh Jacobs.
It's hard to grade Saquon because he's on such a bad team.
It is, but I think from an actual overall talent standpoint, I think Saquon's the most gifted running back.
But
for right now, what the NFL is, pass catching, running between the tackles, it's kind of hard to go against a player like Christian McCaffrey. Bradley Goodell has the right answer, though. It could be Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
Best running back in the
Very
NFL.
good answer, Bradley. Last rumor here is Tua heading to the NFL. Kind of tweeted out a cryptic tweet the other day where he said, decisions with the thinking emoji. You guys know what I'm talking about. Now, he's dealing with this hip injury, Mitch, so that's why there's even a debate here. Because if he was healthy, this would be a no-brainer.
It'd be a no-brainer, but even with the hip injury, if you're Tua, you're seeing people like Mel Kiper, who have you number 3 on his big board. Then you have people like Todd McShay. We have a Todd McShay mock draft coming up, so don't go anywhere. But he has Tua going number 4. If you're Tua, if you're going to be basically projected to go in the top 5, why not come out? I mean, I think Tua, if he was healthy, you could make an argument for him going over Joe Burrow. I literally think that.
Yeah.
But if you're Tua, and even with this injury, considering the season that you had, I mean, why not go out?
And the risk, too, is if you're going to be I'll take it even further, a top half of the first round type of pick, the risk is you go back to Bama, A, you either get hurt again, or B, you're not the same player that you were before. Then all of a sudden, you're not a first-round pick at all. We know what this kid is capable of when he is fully healthy. Was having another monster season before he got hurt. Look, if scouts are saying he's going to be a top 10 pick, you can't go back to school. You got to go, take the money. It's a violent sport. You can get hurt at any second like he has been the last couple of years.
So what should Tua do? For everyone who's watching us live on YouTube and on Facebook, what should Tua do? Type L for leave, type S for stay. I'm going to say type my L for leave. I think Tua's been one of the most, we'll say, biggest college football stars that I've seen in a very long time. I mean, you always think of Alabama quarterbacks, never really the star, and then this guy came right up on screen and just absolutely lit it up.
He completely changed how Alabama wanted to play. That's all you need to know. He's had an incredible career. So let us know. Type L for Lee or type S for stay.